helping hand. Judging by the glint in Runar's eye, there is more of you to learn of Slitherbough. Bow 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 bow. Ah, you returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we have had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions, there's anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand... I'd rather not. I'm kind of tempted to say that, but no. It would be a pleasure. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All that asks is you take a jug and water the crops in the square. Awesome. Like the whole jug? May I help too? Of course. One of you can do the filling and the other the watering. Speak with Ursabel when you have finished, and she will be relieved to hear the crops that have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. Surely he didn't mean for us to carry that giant jug, right? Oh, wait. Literally didn't read what she said. Right then, I'll fill you water. I'll fill you. Whoops. Let's not say those words. This was the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack in the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. Take the water before it leaks out. You'll have 45 seconds. Cool. I can try again. It's one of these. Remember I told you guys that there's stuff where you can't run, you can't do nothing. You just have to carry the thing. Yeah, this is one of those. Oh no! Oh no! Our table is broken! You have watered the half of the plot. Fetch another jug of water and take care of the rest. Take care of the rest. Okay. Minfilia, I'm coming back for more water. Water, water, water. Give me some more water. Was there enough water for the plot? Only half, I see. Well, let me refill the jug for you. Again, it's just the same crap. Just don't... You got 45 seconds. If you fail, well, damn you less time this time. If I fail, you just go back to Minfilia. The Minfilio. The whole plot has now been thoroughly watered. Huzzah, Isabel! Ursabel. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you in need of something? Alintuta! You watered the crops? Oh, my apologies for not noticing sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. The watering the crops was always Todia's duty. Todia's? But she is no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We can plant something if you like. There is no need. This plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. Are you sure? Seems kind of shitty. I don't know how you manage. Have the blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Ninth Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is a history that is told, and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything, their homes, their loved ones, all they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost in the flood, when their bodies were reborn as Sin Eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness. In that truth, they found new faith, a belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies, in the sunless sea above. That is why we pray, for the safe passage of wayward souls onto that blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Yulmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You're kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy that they have left us. This we must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. She's thinking about herself, and that's basically her own purpose. For existing. There were some thoughts that crossed my mind during that. Oh, right, that I failed to mention that this is the 5th area. There's only one other area, and we're already halfway through this game. Isn't that crazy? But don't worry, we won't be seeing that last zone for quite a long time. Runar, lost but not forgotten. Runar has more work to be done, because of course he does. Done tending to the crops already. Very good. It should not be long before your room is ready. Runar! Yeah. In the woods. Sin Eaters. I fear they may have to touch. Where? In the grove to the southwest. For a mercy, they've yet to wander any closer to Slitherbough. Bow, 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 bow. Then we have no need to engage. Inform the guard that no one is to set foot outside the village until they have moved on. But sir, what of Tadia's heartstone? It must be retrieved before the service. Of all the times for Sin Eaters to appear. Okay, it's okay, we're here. Are you just going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down, but if they indeed have the touch, I will not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about a stone? A few days passed. Tadia, a child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by the Sin Eaters. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. It is a custom to present the heartstone of the deceased at their funeral as an offering to the heavens, but now Minfilia? No. No, don't do it. I'm here. Don't you do it. What if I can find it for you? God dang it, Minfilia. I'm here. I can do it. I have experience fighting Sin Eaters, and the light's corruption does not touch me like it does others. Master Matoya called you Minfilia, did she not? Are you truly the Minfilia, descended from the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you risk your life for the Blasted. I understand how you feel, but I can't stand by knowing that your people are in need, and I can help. Please, let me do this. Very well. But if the danger proves too great, you must retreat. I could never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? Don't worry, I'll come with you. Thank you. With you at my side, I'm certain we can deal with them in no time at all. Go swiftly, and may the shadows keep you both. Did I read that right? Don't skip the cutscene, even though it's basically over. Alright, so we got... Where are we going? Over there. Gotcha. A little cheat. I'm gonna do a little cheat. Let's go whoop over. What? But you can't do that. Oh, yes I can, and I just did. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, nothing. That's what I thought. Absolutely nothing. Destination Proclamation. Lahi! 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 There! The Sin Eaters! One of those again? Oh, there's two of them. That might be a bit of a problem. We can deal with them, though. I was hoping there would only be one. There's no way we can search for the stone without delaying them first. Dealing with them first, not delaying. Dealing with them first. Let's get to it then. Perhaps we should split them up. Let's go with that. That's probably how we're going to be forced to do it anyway. Good idea. I'll draw one away while you handle the other. I got a chocobo in on the action. Dunskies. Lahi. Lahi. Oh look, she took care of it. Good job. Firemac. There you are. It's done. Though I fear I was a bit careless. I'll do better next time, I promise. I'm fine. You needn't worry about me. More importantly, we have to find that Heartstone. They said it was made of jade, right? I'll search over there in the brush. So it's gotta be around here somewhere. Maybe where these people are standing? you brush away the leaves and uncover a brilliant green gem. Damn, got it. Oh, man. See, you just gotta trust the other players, man. They know where they gotta go. Did you have any luck? It's beautiful! This has to be it. You know, Thinker always said you were a man of many talents, and I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn if I'm to be even half the hero you are. The hero she was. The hero she was. Ah, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. We should hurry back to Slitherbough. Runa and the others are probably worried. Thank goodness you are safe. I had begun to fear the worst. Bam, bam, Shazam. By all that is dark, you found it! We can proceed with her service as planned. These blessed gems serve not only to protect us in life, but to guide our spirits onto the sunless sea in the hereafter. Even should we be felled by the Sin Eaters, so long as these gems are recovered, our souls are ensured peace. Peace in the dark. Saying goodbye, Runar lets out a sigh of relief. Words fail to express my gratitude for this kindness you have done for the blessed. I must insist you and your friends attend to Tadia's service as honored guests. There is still much we must do to prepare, but please go inform the others it will be held in the darker. When you arrive, there should be an attendant present to explain the proceedings. Da 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 dee. I might have to crack a window. I don't like the temperature I see on my CPU. Firemac and I learned so much about the Knights Blessed while you were away. And we helped them recover a lost heirloom out in the woods. I know I wasn't supposed to leave, but they really needed our help. There were Sin Eaters, and as long as he accompanied you, but do try to be more careful. Your injuries could have been a lot worse. How did you... Let's just say a little bird told me, and it's telling me now that Firemac has business with us. Is something the matter? They've asked us to attend the service? Of course we'll go. It's being held in the dark, is it? We'll take care of not to be late, I promise. In the darker, speak with the placid elder. The elder. Elderly woman hands you a candle, then she points you over nearby the corner where you might find it. Do you not speak? Something about placing it. Dang it, I missed it. It said something about placing it. I'm casting the candle. Lahi!
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
Oh, I thought that was him itself for a second. Like, there's the jade.
Let us begin. I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Todia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menine. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers.
So that was her actual name.
We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace. In darkness will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore. May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
It's a lot of dead people.
Call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul unto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her unto paradise everlasting.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks. The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
You know, I don't deserve such reverence. Or reverence.
You might not deliver her to the heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing. Their prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will? Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact.
You found it?
Urianger and I finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
Yay. Love me some good old plot. Whoa, don't skip the cutscene. What the heck, game? I'm gonna accidentally do that one of these days, I swear. Alright, chuggable butt bob. Boop 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 boop. Good, you're here. Thanks to the Exarch's gift. Our next course of action is now clear. Stirring up trouble. Yustoa seems quite pleased with herself, but whether she has good or bad news is to share remains to be seen. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Rokhan Empire. It was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperations, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. You think this ancient petition will somehow help us get into Ixmaya? Indeed we do. For etched into this tablet is a method by which one may prove themselves an ally of the Rokhan Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the rune's protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem is, however, I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse, their existent stone monument inscribed with ancient Rokhan texts and translations into a more modern dialect, which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I'm confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this document? Here, in Cydia, quite close to Slitherbough. In fact, the good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of Dark Worshippers, the Children of the Everlasting Dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the next text I need. To ensure that I will have enough time, I'm afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. And before you even ask, the answer is no. If we're to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until your turn. We won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. Then let us convene outside to the west of Slitherbough, where the path diverges. That took the long way over. The encampment we seek is to the north. It would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at the cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has ought to share in their recent activity. But we must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and alert. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing with death to others, claiming that in doing so, they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them onto the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. Lahi! I was curious if these radicalists were gonna be in the main story or not, because I don't really recall them much besides doing side quest stuff. I'm aiding you with my social distancing hand. Bing! By the blessed dark! Thank goodness you are unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You are an acquaintance of Master Matoya, then. My apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange? What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary, the usual gathering of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. But then I took a notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in much greater numbers, as if they're preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? It could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nests where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Set them loose on a nest, and we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment. What a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, should be able to subdue a few colonies long before to secure their hives. Long enough to secure the hive. Anything we might be able to use. Ugh. Oh, sorry. We have smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. You have a few smoke bombs from the outpost. I started about for beehives. Beehives. Oh, I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to your visit. Once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. Boom, 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 boom. Lahi. Outpost supplies. Lahi. Lahi. Alright, so where are we going? Right there, awesome. Lahi. Okay. Oh, I was about to leave. I need to use sack. Get. Alright. No, don't emote. My god. That took so long. Oh, okay. Lahi. Okay, there we go. Buzzing buddies. Called upon my doppelganger. So where's Crystalla now? Just behind me. Oh, I like how the H does that. It's pretty cool. Your shadow double. The guard returned to Slitherbough, but not before offering his thanks. As for the beehives, Thancred and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare? This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir. A beautiful plan. Yasol is ready to move. Beautiful. The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oath. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spiders' nests. If the fates are kind, the way will be clear. Lahi! Alright. So where's Justola? Just right over there? Cool. Awesome. Lahi! Lahi! We must. Oh, there we go. You just stole them. Up there's the airway. Do you see it? I do see the airway. Not a bit far. Perhaps we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should be able to loosen the ropes, keeping it closed enough that it falls open when it lands inside. Maybe I do the honors? Nice throw, Thancred. That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees! By the abyss, they're everywhere! Help! Someone help! We have to save the spiders! It sounds like our plan is working. Still, it is quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. If you should come to blows with the children, I'll see to it that any signs of struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to you by just a little more time. Should anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard her. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred, the shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness now, if you are both ready. Yeah, buddy. Let's go through the whole... Look at all this. These guys look fine. Dreamer of the everlasting dark man. They live in awful places. Look at this. Everything looks awful in here. Oh no. Wait, what the heck is she? All in there. This place is gross. They don't even have beds or nothing. The font scene suggests this is a chamber of prayer. At the very least, they would not place there near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. We're not like to come here a second time, so it would behoove us to learn all that we can. to examine, baby. Ronkan mural. The mural appears to be very old. A ruler sits atop a throne, attended by their subjects. Faded mural. The mural appears to be fairly old. A knight shields himself and their comrades from an encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded. And then we got one more, like right over there. Gotcha. The mural appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in their victory. Ratika, Ratika, Ratiko, Ratiko, Ratiko.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this. There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it, slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was, but he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends, a tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. "One day you will all be here too," he said. "Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself?" I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
No, it's fine. Just talking to my best buddy, Ardbert. It's the first thing you hear, and I love it. I believe now I have everything I needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Firemac, did the mirrors appear to be of any significance? Yeah, actually. The depictions of heroes from the Age of the Gods, the Ronkan Empire, and immediately before the Flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. It's just our boy Ardbert. An unwanted proposal. Yustella's thirst for knowledge sated. She seems content to return to Slitherbough. Let us hurry to Slitherbough. The others are waiting. But after we return, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Runar will be eager to have you sample his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you will be the first to know. Man, I'm so low on those Aetherite tickets. I'm down to 16. I'm gonna have to actually start paying Gil soon. Ah! Firemac, the guard told me you left with Master Matoya to Woven Oath. No sooner do you return than she locks herself away in her chambers without so much as a word. She knows how I worry when she leaves without telling me. Ah, she is safe, and that is all that matters. You must be hungry after such a journey. Why not have a seat there by the fire? The stew will soon be ready. Dude, don't talk about food. You're gonna make me actually hungry. You know what? This session's almost over, so maybe I will go eat something after this.
Strange. The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer. We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
Curious. I don't think I recall.
I tire of these games, Urianger. Why do you pretend you cannot see it?
Oh. They're fighting.
The blessing may spare him the fate of becoming a Light Warden. But you cannot be blind to the nascent corruption. He is not as he was in the Source. Though I have no proof, I fear that the light which poured forth from the Wardens was not negated at all. I fear it was absorbed, that he has been suffused with their light.
Though I have given thought to this possibility, I dare not speak until more is known.
By the time you deign to enlighten us, it may be too late, if it is not already. Urianger, I know full well, after all these years, that you have only the best of intentions. But that does not make it any easier to put my faith in a man so infatuated with secrecy. I have had my suspicions ever since the Exarch bade you speak that day. But now I must ask. The 8th Umbral Calamity and all that followed. Everything you claim to have seen. Did you?
Help! Someone help! The Ilmorans have come for us! We're under attack!
Meanwhile, in you.
Lord Forthry, how good it is to see you. How long has it been? Not since your inauguration, unless I'm mistaken. Too long, at any rate. May I say how humbled I am to be invited not only into your city, but your home. You are as generous as ever.
And you as disingenuous. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. This merry band of dissidents people are calling Warriors of Darkness, they have slain Sin-Eaters, and by all accounts the Crystarium is complicit in their villainy. And now I hear reports of your people obstructing my soldiers, so I must ask, what exactly do you think you are doing?
I might ask you the same thing. It should be clear, even to you, that defeating the Light Wardens represents the world's only hope of survival. Even now, the people of Lakeland and Ilmeg rejoice in the return of night. For 100 years, they yearned for a means to fight back against the Sin-Eaters, and at last they have found one. Yet you choose to stand idly by and do nothing. Why?
Why? Because this hope you cling to is nothing more than a fever dream, an exercise in futility. Even should you slay the Sin-Eaters, the world as we know it is beyond salvation. With what little land and resources remain, the people would be free only to starve. Before long, they would turn to violence, then to war, and ultimately usher themselves unto oblivion. They require a firm hand to shepherd them from the edge. The hand of a king, nay, a god. I will see their dreams fulfilled, their wishes granted. I will give them peace, order, and they shall never want for bliss. Men are fickle creatures who entertain vague ideals without the faintest notion what they cost. But a little fear can go a long way towards helping them realize what it is they truly need. Sanctuary. And they shall find none in this world save that which I afford them. That is why the Sin-Eaters exist. To unite the world under my dominion.
A paradise fit to grace the 8th Umbral era.
What was that?
A minor epiphany, nothing more. You have always held sway over those around you. Those who defy you must submit or die. What sits before me is the inevitable result of bloated privilege and unchecked power. But man is more resilient than you think. His achievements are not the product of violence and bloodshed, but compassion and understanding. This calamity is but another crisis to be overcome. And we will, once we eliminate the Sin-Eaters.
You poor deluded fool. These people care not for the morrow. They care only for the now. And the contentment they lack. What good is a paradise to them if it is 1,000 years in the making? Or even 100?
You underestimate them, Lord Forthry. They see further than you think. I have beheld it in the blood and sweat and tears of those who would sacrifice everything for a future they may never know, that their children may never know. I have beheld it in the hopes and dreams of those who came before, which we bequeath to those who come after, that they might in turn build upon the foundations laid by our forebears. These are the bonds which hold man and his world together, not your gilded chains, and I will resist your every effort to shackle him.
In summary, you will continue to support the villains hunting my Sin Eaters?
Hey, I just noticed, if you take a close look, right on his chest, he's got like a little face just popping out there. What's up with that? Was that always there? I've never noticed that. Hold on, real quick, what did he say? These are Dwan's. Okay, he was doing a metaphor. Okay, gotcha.
With tremendous enthusiasm, for I have faith in the future they would build.
Why do I even bother? Fools, the lot of you! So naive! So painfully predictable! Did you imagine I did not know your mind? That I would wait until after this meeting to dispatch my forces? Even as we speak, they march to the Sin Eaters' defense. Insurrection will not be tolerated! The people of this world are mine to rule, mine to command. And you are no exception! What? How did he... Insolent swine! I will not stand for this! Do you hear me?
You speak for the Knights Blessed?
I do. I presume that is your doing. If you have come to parley, I must insist that you first return him to us.
You're in no position to make demands. By Lord Vorthry's decree, Raktika now falls under the governance of Yulmore. You will henceforth answer to us.
Is that so? And the children of the Everlasting Dark have acquiesced to this madness?
We have reached an accord, yes. Too many times have the Knights Blessed shunned Yulmore's overtures of friendship. The risk that you harbor hostile intentions has grown too great to ignore. Therefore, his lordship has claimed dominion over this forest and bestowed executive authority upon the children of the Everlasting Dark.
In his wisdom, Lord Vorthry has agreed to recognize ours as the only permissible expression of dark worship. It's one true faith. You and your false creed are a blight on these woods. A foul, unholy corruption that must be cleansed. Little wonder the Warrior of Darkness visits both Lakeland and Ilmeg, yet shuns Raktika. Your perverted teachings hold blessed Shadow at bay.
You have accepted the yoke of Yulmore to spite us, then? Fools. Darkness will never return to these skies while they hold sway.
Those of you minded to obey his lordship are to make for Woven Oath with all haste. We will leave you, that you may have time to prepare.
Woven Oath? Are you suggesting we abandon our fate to join those zealots?
What has your faith afforded you thus far? Nothing! We will guide you along the righteous path.
And should we refuse?
Anyone found here upon our return will be considered a traitor to Yulmore, and dealt with as such.
We will discuss these developments after I have tended to our casualty.
Man, we just wanted to have some food. Then all this had to happen. Can't have a nice quiet dinner. We waited by the fire. Awesome. Uranje. By your leave. The god hath been afflicted with a most terrible and efficacious poison. Efficacious. We have attempted all manner of healing incantations. Alas, his condition remains unchanged. At present, we can but slow the poison's advance. I pray it will afford us sufficient time to find a cure. An unwanted proposal. Awesome. A good solid time to take a break. A recording break, so this is Firemac saying toodles. See you next time. Oh, a little more this way. See you next time.